Alright guys, and welcome back to Pirate Problems, and it has been problematic, but I have the visual scripting part done. It was definitely worth it doing it this way and showing you guys what I did rather than trying to figure it out with a video. That's taken 5 hours just to come up with this. Oh Jesus. Well, let's get into it. I'll explain it and then we'll play it. Right then. So, first of all, I built it. Went into the world, built the world, sorted. But it's a lot simpler world than the rest of them. I've decided not to mess with the pirate problem map until I've done this. So I went in there, put down a little, well, just a blank world, called it Beacon Mission, I think, Beacon Test. Put down a little platform, put 3 beacons on it, a button, and the spawn ship I want to use is questionable, but I have just put the parts of the character next to the spawn ship, just in case other people want to make it a multiplayer. Then you've got to figure it all out, and rather than mess about with that, this turned out more complicated than I planned on. So park him next to the spawn ship, save it. I turned all the beacons off as well. Beacons off. I need to discover what's going on with the power, because if you turn the power off, the button doesn't work. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to turn the power on by pressing the button when I might have to do everything else but the reactor or something. I'll figure that bit out later. So yeah, turn the beacons off. You can actually go into the, I don't even know what mode it's called now. It's Alt F11 twice, I think. Editing mode, admin mode, scripting mode maybe. But you have to name the individual entities. I'll show you that when we get round to it. But from there, you write all them down in a list so you know where you're going. There we go. I've got but 1, B1. Well, but 1 is the button 1. B1 is beacon 1, beacon 2, beacon 3, beacon 4, 5, 6. I tried something else earlier and it failed. So I've just got 3 beacons in there now. And from that, we can work with this. Not that. This. You're going to stay there. Go away. So, that brings it here. Then you open this up. Create new from save. And it starts you off just here. Ah, lovely. Then you get the mission bit. I've added the final on there, though I don't suppose it's really important having it, because we don't show the credits and we don't close the session. And then you come into here. Now, I tried editing these and adding other ones and that, and the whole thing crashed. Don't know where it went wrong. That was the up to button 6 part. I was going to do each stage as a different mission. Fail. So I've run away from that one. So now we're just into the start. What we have in initiate, I believe, 5-second delay, complete. It don't mess about. And then when it wraps up, so I could probably, no, because the 5-second gives your computer time to figure out what it's doing. Yeah, that's why. Dispose from a guide by Chipsticks. If I remember, I will put the link in the description because it is helpful. It says when this mission closes, it sorts this out. Awesome. So set the quest log, which puts the big writing at the top of the screen. Pirate problems. Awesome. Add a detail to it, which is basically your objectives. Yeah. I don't know if it was putting all this just in there that caused the issue. So I run it like this and I'm not having an issue. But you get all this written in there. We'll see that as we get in there. Then I added another detail, but remember to change that, otherwise it ticks that one off. So that's like a header, and this is the actual objective, that's the word. Now there is objectives in here. Set quest, where are you? You're here somewhere. Ah, add quest log objective. So maybe I should have changed that to that, rather than detail. Would that have been a thing to do? But then it's details completed, not object. I'm confused. Detail row complete previous use. Is it the same thing? Or is the detail the part at the top and the objective an actual objective? I'm not entirely sure. More discoveries required. By the way, so that's the title, header, the objective, and then set the highlight for the button. There you go, but 1. Now that was named in game. You can use it in here, but you have to know what it was called, and that sets a highlight around the button, which is pretty cool. This one's fairly simple. Part, not so much, but it starts over here. There's no, am I using? I am using the update now, but it mainly starts with by pressing the button. The string contains but 1, so it knows that a button has been pressed. It's that one, comes into here. I believe that just sort of carries it on and sends it out as false, and this comes in. If anything comes out of here, it sends it to true. Yeah, so then we complete the quest thing, but it's 0, 1, 2. 0 is basically 1. A little coding anomaly there from real world counting sort of thing. You get used to it. So this would actually, what would be the second line? You get a 0 line, then the first line. Because we have the detail, which is the header, and then we have the actual quest. This sets the quest completed. 5-second delay, so that stays on the screen, and it wipes them all out. Gets rid of all the details stuff, the header and the objective. Then it's into the next part. Add quest log detail again. There it is. And I got a little sequence. This removes the highlight. Apparently the button is supposed to do that, but I'm not sure how. So set highlight, change it to false, but 1. I'll move on from that then. And then this is the interesting part, because I wanted to do the 3 moon bases and have them all active at the same time. So I needed to figure out how to do that. Haha. Yeah, that's been interesting. So we come out of here, we'll put a little sequence block in there. So it gets rid of the highlight, sets the block enabled, which is turning on the beacons, B1, true. Add quest log detail, moonbase 1. So we've got the header there. Now we're adding an objective. Same here, beacon 2, add the objective. Awesome. Now the fun part. This took me hours to figure out how to get this to work. I'm not familiar with this at all. For me, an AND gate should do it. There it goes. The more bits you add to the inside, the more points you get. Attachment, would it be a node? No, I think these whole squares are nodes. But it doesn't work like that. It only likes bools. So it can't talk. I don't understand it at all. To me, that would be a bool. True or false. This don't like that. Is it like integers? But I think you can send that to it. Yeah. It's just weird. But the AND gate doesn't work. So we've had to leave that out of there. So we've got 2 lines all the way through. So block destroyed, string contains B1, beacon 1 got smashed. This goes to true, fires over here to a setter. Now, a setter will talk to these variables, but the variable has to be set earlier. So moonbase is variable, integer 0. Awesome. Now we've got something to work with. Comes here to the setter, it gets it as it is at the minute. So for this one to run, it would get the 0. It'd add 1 to it, then it'd set it as moonbase is 1. Quest log completed. Move along. Next one, B2. Exactly the same. It gets whatever state the moonbase is at the moment, adds another one to it, job's good. Sets the quest log completed. That brings me to the update, which is always checking. So bring it down to a branch to sort of move from the update, checks in the branch. False, 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 until both those have been destroyed. The moonbases has been set to 2, and it compares it to this constant here. Well, when that matches, because it's equal to there, double click it, you get to pick all the funny things. It will then send an output. So this will then read true. To park the update from doing anything else, it's always running anyway, but this is always going to read 0. So in practice, yeah, you set the moonbases to 0, so that's broken again, and it's just going to kind of go out of here and read false all the time. Awesome. Now hit the delay because it's all set up and happy now. Remove the quest log details, so it gets rid of all those off the screen. Start again. Add another quest log, gives us a header. Set the block enable for beacon 3, and then add the objective. Again, leave that one off or it will now change this. The last one, block destroyed. Easy. B3 gone into a branch, send it to true. Quest log completed. 5-second delay again. Remove it all. Add the final one. 10-second delay. End this visual scripting side of it altogether. The game I do want to still run in case you still want to do other things. People might be using MES. In theory, you'll have some interesting bits on this. It'd be nice if you could blueprint it, edit it, and still go out and kill stuff. Maybe you've only just annihilated the beacons, so there's still plenty more to get at. Because this entire script does work off the beacons. When the beacons get knocked out, the script will move on. Whether the base is still firing at you or what. Whether that's a good idea, I don't know. I'll still figure that one out. But yeah, so let's run it and see how it goes. Now, if you hit run scenario, it saves whatever you do. If you just click run, it just runs. So this should work, will it? Yeah, black screen. It's not having it. Right then, we're in. Game runs. 5 seconds tick by. There we go. Pirates have invaded. Head to the old green base and turn on the power. Obviously this is not the old green base. But then you get the objective. I'm presuming if we set it as an objective it has a little dot next to it. Because when we hit this, it gets the little dot. 5 seconds later, beacons come on. Moonbase. I'll do it opposite just to make sure. Yep, Moonbase 2, Moonbase 1, wipe out. 5 seconds later, just enough time to register that it has gone through. Moonbase is offline, onto the Earth bunker. Yes. Ooh, gone a bit sticky there. Still gone sticky, come on. I think my mouse is playing up. There we go. Destroy the Earth bunker, all nice and green. Congratulations, the pirates have been chased out of this sector. Onto Mars. We haven't even done the Earth side yet. But it's working. It's working as I wanted it to. I like this. I've changed my idea now from turning on the weapons. I'm just going to have a little space station and the beacon. You should have already seen that on the previous episode as I was wrapping that part up. So it's just basically beacon bashing. Drop the beacon, move on. Drop the beacon, move on. When you kill one beacon, the next beacons are going to get turned on because they're going to be labelled B1, B2, B3 and so forth. So yeah, it's got a nice bit of progression there. I like it. There's a lot of calm in between to sort of build up and get yourselves ready, get a feel for it. So now all I need to do is program the main map. But that's the thing is, pardon me, oh, F11. Yeah, scripting tools, transformations, this is the bit, but it gives you the option of being in spectator mode. But what you do is come down here, click the thing, and that's the entity itself. That's, I think that number actually defines a reactor, I believe. I don't entirely know. This is the one I'm interested in. We need to rename this. So reactor, call it R1, for instance. But this is when you're building the world, not as I am right now. Nothing's going to change where we are. It's not saving to it, because we're just in the run instead of run scenario. From there, once you save it now, come out of the world and then go in through visual scripting. That R1 will be available to call from visual scripting. So the beacons will be 1, 2 and 3. There is no spawn ship in here, but we don't need it anyway. But yeah, done. I have a working script. Now I need to copy it all over to the other one and add more, because we've got the third moon base to add to that little collection of misery. We've got the platform, well, it's green base, platform, 3 moon bases, space station, bunker. 7 beacons. It'll be fun. But I'm going to call this one there. Real life is calling me. I'm glad I've just managed to get this sorted. Just. But next episode, I don't know whether I might go in and set it up fine, the final setup with you guys, because I have to figure out how to change the names of everything. SE Toolbox might help with that, but it all needs to be handed over to the pirates. But not all of it though, because I need to keep the green base. I don't know. I'll either record the final setup, change the names, or just record the programming and show you guys around it, and then we should be good to play. Oh yeah. But anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're as excited as I am. So close now. We'll catch you next time. Later.